Hey everyone, in this video, let's talk about how we can set up a Django application with as little knowledge and requirements as possible. So starting out, we're inside of a text editor and I have a terminal and I'm working inside of a directory that I've created for this project. Our first step with these types of applications is usually to control the environment in which we place them into. To set up a virtual environment locally, we'll need to make sure that we have the dependency installed. So we'll say pip3 install virtual env. Mine says already satisfied, but if you do not have this on your machine, then it will download it for you. And this gives you access to creating those virtual environments. We'll do that now. So we'll say Python venv and then the name of the environment. So I will just say my env. Since we're working in this directory, you see that we get a new folder created over here with that same name. And this will be what contains all the dependencies for our application. For a small project like this one, it's not a huge deal if you don't do this step. However, once your application grows and you start sharing it with more people on different machines, this becomes a huge problem. Now to activate our virtual environment, what we'll do is we will use the same name that we called it. Inside of the scripts folder, there is a file called activate, and we will just run that through our terminal. If you get a permission error, like how I have here, we will use this command, and this will be linked down below in the description. Then we will run that again. And now you see that we have this env over here to the left of my command prompt. So that means that we're now working inside of that environment, and we can install anything that we need for our project into it. Since we're working with a Django project, we need to install it. So we will say pip3 install Django. And this will gather the dependency and install it into that virtual environment where we can start using it. Once we have that, we can start creating our project. So we will say Python make Django start project and then the name of the project. Once we have all of that, you see that it creates a mysite directory over here to the left that we can start using. This command is slightly different on a Mac machine, and that is linked down below, but it will just be Django-admin instead of Django. So now that we have all of this, we have our Django project created. What we can do is now take a look at it. So let's cd into that project. We will do that using change directory cd mysite, and this will put us inside of our Django application. If we want to get a look at our brand new Django server, let's say Python, and then we will say manage.py to access these commands. Then a command is called runserver. And what this will do is put a local Django application hosted by your machine, and we can go and view it. So once I visit it on a different tab, you see that we get 200 calls, and this is what it looks like. So this is just the beginner template, and we can do a lot more with this in future videos. I just wanted to show you how to create this, and now I want to show you one way in which we can host it so you can begin hosting and working on your Django project with other people. So now that we have this, what we can do is let's go over to a service called WasteScript. And how this service works is you create an account and then you get something called a workspace. You can see my workspace name here is YouTube demo. And what it does is houses environments for me to build these applications into. At this point, what we can do is we can insert a requirements.txt to put in our requirements. So we just have Django for this example, since we no longer need that virtual environment. And what we will do is we will pull these files into this file manager. We'll give it just a second for that to upload, but now we can start using our Django application in a hosted environment. What we'll need to do to deploy this is we can create something called a trigger, which allows us to deploy an application. That command will look something like this. This command will be linked down below, but essentially what we're doing is we're running this server at a port that we can expose. We will make sure that port matches our command, go into it, click settings, and there's many different settings that we have available to us that we can change about our application. You see here that allowed host is one of those headings. And since we're hosting this somewhere, what we need to do is just, for the time being, we can put an asterisk here and say allow hosting at all domains. We will save all of our changes and we will click on that link again. And just like that, we have that Django homepage hosted. I just wanted to show you a powerful solution to get your Django application hosted. If you have any questions about anything we've done in this video, then please let me know and I'll be happy to help. Until next time.